Good morning, Susanna. Good morning, Robert Springs. Happy Friday to everyone. A little chilly here on my morning walk. I don't know what the temperature is. I'm guessing somewhere in the 40s. Good morning, God is great. Or good whatever time of the day it is for you. .42 in South Carolina. It's probably around that here, I'm guessing. .31 miles, all right. I'm not planning on walking 31 miles today. But who knows? The day is still young. 9 p.m. there. Wow. I'm just now waking up and you're about to go to bed. Just walking, being thankful for another day. Every day is a gift. I was thinking about that. Each year we're gifted with 365 days at least. Some years 366 every 4 years. And then you multiply that times ever how old you are. And we've all seen a lot of days. So I'm thinking and being thankful for having another day. This is one of my favorite verses. Psalms 118:24. This is the day which the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. I love that verse. And got to give credit where credit was due. You know, God made this day. It's a gift from Him. We all like gifts, and you just think about that every day is a gift from Him. But what's our attitude? The psalmist here said that he was going to respond with rejoicing and gladness. And I believe we can too. That ought to be our attitude for each day. God made this day. My attitude is going to be, I'm going to rejoice. I'm going to be glad. Hello to Flowtech. I don't think I mentioned you this morning. Charleston. Welcome to the morning walk. Yeah, that's a great song too. God is great. I'm not a great singer, but I love to sing probably more than anybody. What's the temperature in Japan? God is great at the moment. This is the day, this is the day that the Lord has made, that the Lord has made. I will rejoice, I will rejoice and be glad in it, and be glad in it. Hello, Dowser. Hope everybody has a great Friday, wherever you're at on God's green earth. some land clearing going on. Good morning, Budget Rips. Yes, Robert, I seen your question. It's a long story, kind of like my walk this morning. Good morning to Judy. Happy Friday. Oh, nothing to apologize about, Robert. It's good. No apologies needed. Yeah, it just recently got daylight within the last 15 minutes or so. Yeah, it's a real beautiful morning. It's really chilly. Finally feels like fall. I'm guessing it's either in the high 30s or low 40s. Haven't looked at any temperature this morning. Actually got on long sleeves. But I prefer cooler weather over warmer weather for many reasons. But all seasons are good and needful. They all serve their purpose. There's the moon. The moon has done its job for the day. It's about to retire, show itself to somebody else in a different place. Yeah, walking's good for you. I believe it's good to get out into nature. But I hope everybody's having a great Friday so far, and I hope it just continues being great throughout. And each day really is about attitude. I've already shared that, but each day is a gift from God, and it's just up to us how we accept it, how we respond to it. Life is a response, and I believe this is the day which the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. So be thankful for today, the gift of today. Appreciate the light. Yeah, every day is a gift. Our attitude may not always be like that, but it should be. Be thankful. I figured I read this morning devotional this morning, and I figured I'd share it with whoever's willing to listen. Uh, Today's October the 18th. Hello, Orlando. Happy Friday, man. October 18th, it's just titled Simple Obedience. The verse is Psalms 139, verse 3. The psalmist says, "You see me when I travel." How appropriate. I just traveled walking this morning. "You see me when I travel and when I rest at home. You know everything I do." God created each of us for a specific purpose and calls each of us to do specific tasks. As you wait for God to reveal his specific will for you, you can begin by carrying out what he wills for every person: to love others and obey his word. Then you can be sure that you won't miss God's will for you because you'll be living in it every day. When you arrive in heaven, it won't really matter what kind of friends, clothes, car, or job you had. What will matter is what kind of heart you had. Were you faithful? Did you love others and try to know God deeply? God is interested and involved in the details of your life, but his primary will for all people is simple obedience. And then the question is, what act of simple obedience can you do today? That's a good question. My favorite Bible verse is Psalms 23. I got that devotional out of this book, 366 Reflections on God's Goodness and Grace. The Lord is my shepherd. That's right, Robert. I believe that's why we're all here. To number one, to love God, and number two, to love each other. And that goal is very reachable today. I love reachable goals, and that is a very reachable goal. It's just up to us. Hey, y'all don't, a sad story there. Good morning, 2B. Happy Friday. Good to see you. I hope everyone has a great Friday. Just getting my morning walk in, some exercise. What portion of the planet are you on? Two balls are better than one. I always enjoy talking to people from around the world. We're all in this life together. Central Illinois. All right. This is Alabama. Good morning to Rainy Ridge. Good morning from Alabama on my morning walk, morning talk. walking and talking with some good friends that I've met along the way. Appreciate each and every one of you on this Friday, and I hope your Friday is great. I'm pulling for you wherever you're at. Southwest Missouri. All right. Welcome from Southwest Missouri. I haven't been to Missouri a lot in my life, but I've been a few times. Well, welcome to Alabama. Glad you came. Just sharing some morning walk. Sharing one of my favorite verses. I think this is like my 12th live, but one of my main public service announcements I usually make is it pays to pay attention. So stay focused, always be aware of your surroundings, know where you're at, know what's around you, and just be careful out there, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, just be careful, be safe, and have a great day. Yeah, it's chill. This is the chilliest morning of my morning walks this year, I believe. At least in this season. Maybe back in the first year I had some colder ones, but it's either probably in the low 30s or high 40s, I'm guessing. All right, Robert, have a great time with your son. Family time is the best time, so enjoy and have a great day. Good to see you. And your question didn't bother me at all, Robert, I promise. I appreciate you. There's really one line of this devotion stuck out to me more than probably any others. said when you arrive in heaven, it won't really matter what kind of friends, clothes, car, or job you had. What will matter is what kind of heart you had. And that's so important. The condition of the heart. Not that any of those other things aren't important, but they're not the most important thing. I don't know if y'all can hear the birds talking this morning. I don't know birdese, so I have no idea what they're saying. I do wonder sometimes, like, what are they saying? Are they encouraging each other? Are they fighting? What's going on with their language? Anybody out there know birdese? Can interpret what I'm hearing here this morning? I shared one of my favorite Bible verses there in Psalms 118. Usually on my walks, I'll take a card with me of maybe some of my favorite players or a card that kind of connects to what I'm talking about. So today I'll just show my favorite hockey player of all time, Mr. Ray Bork, number 77. Everybody loves Raymond. That's what they say. There's the sun peeking through. Yeah, that's right. It's something we probably don't do enough of. Get away from the noise. There's so much noise in the world. But yeah, morning walks is pretty quiet, pretty peaceful. I feel like it's a great time to connect to the Creator. Another public service announcement I always try to do is don't litter. Try to leave the world a little better place than when you found it. It's actually cool enough this morning. It's kind of cold down to the bone. It's been a while since I felt that. Here in Alabama, on a lot of days, you get to experience all 4 seasons in one day. It may start out really cold, but by the end of the day, it can be really hot. All right, 2 balls are greater than 1. I hope you have a great work day. Be safe out there, whatever it is that you do. And whistle while you work, unless that's against your company policy. But whistling is a thing that I don't hear as much of as I once did. But anybody that's dropped by today on my morning walk, I appreciate you. Just wanted to encourage you along your way. You may not be walking on a asphalt road, but whoever you are, whatever it is that you're doing, know that I want to encourage you. Maybe shine a little light on your situation, like the morning sun. It's not always an easy road. There's potholes in life. But there's a light beyond the potholes. Good morning, Dirt. Robert has left the building. How you doing today, Dirt? Did you see the potholes I just passed by? It's easier not to hit potholes when you're walking than it is driving, that's for sure. I can find some more. There's more on this road. I have them memorized. I don't know if I've ever asked you this question before, Dirk, but why do they always have enough asphalt to make speed bumps, but they don't have enough to fill in the potholes? Share the asphalt. I hope you're having a great Friday, Dirk. Yeah, right. All the ones around here they repair with the temporary patches that last until the next rainfall. Coffee in hand, that sounds like a good song title. I don't remember that being a title for anyone. You remember the commercial? The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. You can do it. You can do it. Kind of like the car or truck early in the morning, especially on cold mornings. Gotta crank it up a little ahead of time and let it run for a while, and it eventually does its job. I still haven't seen that comet. I've only seen videos, National Park Princess video, and some other videos of the comet, but I haven't laid my own eyes on it. I keep forgetting. The first night I could see it, had walked to an area where you couldn't see it because of the trees. I think the second night it was cloudy, and then the last few nights I just simply forgot. But I love stuff like that. I love meteors. I did see a meteor going to work. When was it? Yesterday morning. It was unique because most time I see meteors, they're like shooting straight across the sky, horizontal. But this one was headed like straight down. I don't know. I don't know if it touched down close to where I'm at, but it sure looked like it. Here in Alabama, we did have a woman to get hit by a meteor in the earlier 1900s while in her house. I don't know what that question means. What's the temperature where you're at, Dirk? It's actually pretty cool here. Kind of cold down to the bones on my morning walk. Yeah, I think that's what it is here. Either high 30s or low 40s. That's what it feels like. Anyhow, I haven't looked at any temperature gauges or heard anyone say, but it's cool, no doubt. Cooler than usual. I wasn't looking up into the trees, and there was probably about 12 buzzards up in that pine tree. And there goes some more. Oh, they're everywhere. I hope they're not looking at me. When a buzzard starts staring at you, that's not good news, folks. I'm gonna keep walking now. I shared this on a previous walk, Dirk. I don't know if you ever thought about this, but have you ever thought about how stinky the world would be if the buzzards didn't do their job? Like if the buzzards, were lazy and didn't do their job. This, sometimes this world can stink, but think about how more stinkier it would be if the buzzards didn't do their job, and how much roadkill there would be. There'd be roadkill restaurants everywhere. Yeah, yeah. I'm glad that's not my menu, but everything has its purpose. Everything serves a purpose, and I'm even thankful for buzzards. I gave a shout out to the buzzards. I can't remember if it was yesterday or day before, but shout out to the buzzards out there. This is my verse of the day. This is the day which the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Psalms 118, 20. My favorite hockey player, Mr. Ray Bork. Everybody loves Raymond. Yeah, I enjoy the great outdoors, guys. Great outdoors. Good morning, A1. Good to see you. Good to see you, Dirk. Y'all hear the train a coming? That song's already been taken, Dirk. You can't write that one. You can put your own spin on it, though. But the train is going through those woods. Well, not those woods, right, but woods close. Hope everybody's having a great Friday. Here comes the sun. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah, trains are cool. A lot of good train songs, too. It's alright. All right, Dirk, I recently seen you showing a road sign, so I guess I'll return the favor. All right, stop. Collaborate and listen. That train's going super fast. I don't know if y'all can hear it good or not, but it's flying. Always watch for trains. Be safe out there. Hello, Bethany. Happy Friday morning to you. Hope you're having a great Friday. Taking a morning walk in the cold. Talking with a few good friends along the way. Ice Cube. Hopefully Ice Cube has recuperated. Yeah, your day is determined, I believe, by your attitude. I got one of my favorite verses as a reminder this morning that days are really our response, how we respond to them. This psalm says, Psalms 118:24, this is the day which the Lord has made. So God's already done his part on this job. He's on his job. He's made this day. He's given it to us as a gift, just as he has with all other days. Every day's a gift. But what's our response to a gift? You know, I think about Christmas. I think about birthdays. We get gifts. You know, what's our response to them? You know, looking back in my life, you know, I've had a good attitude about gifts, smiled, said thank you. But, you know, I think about times when I was a kid and got socks and maybe showed a bad attitude. You know, looking back, I shouldn't have done that. Socks, great things to have. We don't always get what we want, right? But our attitude is everything, I believe. And this verse reminds me of that. The response to that this is the day which the Lord has made, we will rejoice and be glad in it. You know, that response, that attitude to the gift of today. Hey, I'm going to rejoice. I'm going to be glad in it. During this day, my attitude is everything. So I hope we have a good attitude about this day. Yeah, everything may not go your way, but it still can be a good day. There's the moon. It's done its job. It's about to set. It's about to show itself to somebody else that needs it. All right, Rainier Ridge, I appreciate you stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. It's good to see Biz. I just now seen that Biz is on the morning walk. Welcome, Biz. Good to see you. Hope you have a great Friday. May your Friday be bright. Kind of like White Christmas. May all your Christmases be white. May all your days be bright. But it's all about attitude. Don't litter. Good to see you, Biz. Busy, 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 busy. There's so much in life we take for granted. The small things, yes. Just like walking. You know, maybe you have never took the time to be thankful to walk. You know, I know people that can't. So attitude's everything. Flowers for all that have joined this morning. If anybody knows birdese, could somebody translate what that bird just said? Because I have no idea. It's for the birds. I've already seen like 50 buzzards this morning. I hurried and got away from them before they started staring at me. I don't want to be on nobody's menu. All right, have a great day, Bethany. Good to see you. May your Friday be great. Well, I didn't need that interpretation, Maddie. He's still saying it. I guess you're right. He's pretty adamant. Shout out to Adamant. Attitude is everything. A lot of times when you hear the word attitude, I know I do, I think of bad attitudes. But we can have great attitudes, good attitudes. It takes work, but it is attainable. Let that be your goal for today. If it isn't already. If it is already, that's great. Since Matty Ice is on the road, I'll share a hockey card. You know, you can't play hockey without ice. Well, I guess you can, but usually I relate the two together. All right, Dirk, you see the road's kind of breaking down. You see the temporary fixes. But shout out to Ray Bork, my favorite hockey player of all time. Go Bruins. I'm walking with Ray this morning. Number 77. Somebody thaw out Dirk, he froze. Pour some water on Dirk. Or Gatorade. Whatever his liquid of preference is. Speaking of chill, I need to make some chili. Temperature done dropped on me. Which I believe chili is good year round. It's not just for the cold climate, but it is better in the cold climates. Okay, A1, I'm gonna need some interpretation. Menudo, that's them dudes that sung. I remember that. The second one, that looks like pothole. Shout out to Dirk Remington. Caldo de queso. I know something cheese, and I'm not even gonna try the last word. You're gonna have to help me there. Oh, we got another train coming. I hear it. Shout out to my shadow. Hello, everyone. That rocks. All of y'all rock. I appreciate each and every one of you being here this morning. Meatball soup. All right. Count me in. You're just gonna have to teach me how to say that. Albondigas. Albondigas. I went to school with him, Al Bondigas. Great guy, Mr. Al. Shout out to Al. Al Bondigas. Tripe and hominy. Interesting combination. Tripe and hominy. I've never heard of it. But I love me some soup. I promote soup year round, not just the cold season. Every day is a good day for some soup. Pozole. Pozole? Puzzle. Pozole? I have no idea. In high school, I took 2 years of Spanish, but we never talked about Pozole that I remember. I might have missed school that day. I don't know. Sounds good. Caldo de queso. Caldo de queso. I hear a woodpecker somewhere. I love looking at woodpeckers. He's probably in that dead tree. Poe, like Edgar Allan. So, lay. Posole. I appreciate the breakdown. Annunciation Nation. caldo de queso. On today's episode, we have learning a new language with Barry, with help from his friends. I like it. Happy Friday. But if y'all can hear the train, you can tell it don't slow down. They slow down in some places, not in my neck of the woods. When grass starts growing in the pothole dirt, yeah, it's time to fill that bad boy in. I guess you can call ours flower potholes. Our potholes get turned into flower pots. Just drive around them and admire the view. A short of the pothole song. All right, stay in tune. Hey, don't say it too loud, A1. Everybody's going to want one. There'll be potholes everywhere. Could be kind of dangerous. So. A lot of traffic jams, all the people stopping to admire the flowers and the flower potholes. I could see the havoc, so don't let that get out. I love the smell of cedar. Speaking of cedar, knock knock. Knock knock if anybody's still out there. Knock knock. You know what to say. You know your job. Cedar. 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 Cedar man outside knocking on your door. Let him in. It's cold out here. No. counting the rings. Not enough evidence. I am in the Central Time Zone. Alabama is strictly Central Time Zone. I'm still pondering that A1. I haven't come to a decision. I continue to make my public service announcements. Do not litter. Littering is easy to do, but it's not the right thing to do. Think about the next generation. Plus, somebody else has got to pick up your mess, and that's not good. All the leaves are not brown, and the sky is not gray. Coffee reload, all right. Guess what I watched last night? So many options. Any hints? '80s B movie. Horror musical. I'm a fan of musicals, but I'm not a horror person. I'm gonna say Beetlejuice though. Was that the '80s? South Pacific. That wasn't the '80s. That wasn't a horror movie. Uh, Steve Martin, John Candy, Jim Belushi, Rick Moranis. Venus flytrap. No, he was on WKRP in Cincinnati. Yeah, I've heard of it. I guess I remember seeing it as a kid, but I guess it's been so long since I watched it, I don't remember too many of the details. But I do remember it. Revenge of the Killer Tomato. Why not fried green tomatoes? That's something I haven't had in a while. I need to make some fried green tomatoes. Yeah, I haven't had any in a long time. I'm a big tomato fan. Well, that's cool. Good to have a master gardener in the family. I'm I try to shout out farmers as much as I can. Uh, I talked about taking things for granted. I think a lot of times we take farmers for granted. You know, if they didn't do their job, where would we be? Shadow knows. That's right, Dirk. No such thing as too much tomato. You say tomato, I say tomato. Tomato, tomato, potato, potato. Don't matter how you say tomato or tomato, it's all good. The shadow knows. Some of my favorite memories is when I was a kid, I used to listen to AM radio. That was good stuff. Yeah, BLT's probably, it's one of my favorite meals for sure. A good BLT. Oh, yeah. I didn't set out to talk about food this morning, though, but here we are. Here we are. I'm out in the middle of nowhere, away from refrigerators, and y'all are talking about food. You know, that's just not fair. Y'all probably could throw something and hit your refrigerator. It's just not fair. Yeah, food is a great subject, except for when you're away from the refrigerator, and it's not so much a good subject. It doesn't look as tasty or smell fresh. It's a pretty day today. The sun's up, it's starting to warm up. Thankful for another day. Yeah, I think it was yesterday or day before. Song I used to listen to all the time, but I haven't listened to it so much lately. But I heard it, I guess it was yesterday, but it's a group called Cain, Cain. They're from here in Alabama, and they have a song called I'm So Blessed. I don't know if you've ever heard it before, but it talks about being blessed. Every day is a good day, and you're the reason why. Here you go, Dirk. This is for you, man. Some got compressed, some did not. That pothole is kind of heart shaped. I need something to plant in that one. Any flower suggestions that I could plant in that one? The heart shaped pothole. Yeah, I like evergreens. There's an evergreen. I guess I could plant a little cedar tree in it. I have a feeling though, if I was to plant a flower inside of one of the potholes, they would like fill it in the very same day. Having a little fun in the sun. I appreciate all that stopped by today, whether it be on your way to work or you just hanging out at home or wherever you're at. I appreciate you. Don't matter where you're at on this globe. So we've come to the end of the road. Okay, that's all I got to say about that. Shout out to Forrest Gump, my fellow Alabamian. Which way should I go? Stop spelled backwards is pots. That's what Robert Springs says every time I show the stop sign. Yeah, I'm not going to be walking on that road today. I have before. I've walked on it, I've rode a bicycle on it. One time I was riding a bicycle on it, and I was like riding on the side of the road, but like right off the side of the road was a big drop off. So I'm just riding along, cars are going by, and one time like somebody rides right by, and as they get right by me, they yell real loud, "Hey!" And it scared me. I thought I was gonna fall. I thought I was gonna fall off that cliff. Um, don't sh- don't shout at people on bicycles. Yeah, there's a lot of cruel and mean people out there for sure. Don't be that person. My dad, when he was a kid, he was riding his bicycle, and like people, when they rode by, they threw a water balloon out the window, and it hit him right in his chest and knocked him off his bicycle. Could have killed him really, but I'm glad it didn't, or I wouldn't be here. But there are some mean people out there. Y'all know that. I already shared this devotional earlier on the other end of the stop sign, so I guess I'll reshare it if you wasn't here. Um, Today is October the 18th. Title: Simple Obedience. Since I'm traveling, this verse is cool. It says Psalms 139:3. You see me when I travel, and when I rest at home, you know everything I do. God created each of us for a specific purpose and calls each of us to do specific tasks. As you wait for God to reveal His specific will for you, you can begin by carrying out what He wills for every person: to love others and obey His word. Then you can be sure that you won't miss God's will for you because you'll be living it every day. When you arrive in heaven, it won't really matter what kind of friends, what kind of clothes, what kind of car, or what kind of job you had. What will matter is what kind of heart you had. Were you faithful? Did you love others and try to know God deeply? God is interested and involved in the details of your life, but His primary will for all people is simple obedience. And it asks the question, what act of simple obedience can you do today? Good question. There's a baby pothole. I'm gonna put one of those little baby roses up in there, little baby rose bush. Yeah, the sun has definitely turned the temperature up. I wore some long sleeves this morning. I can actually maybe start rolling them up now. Hey, there's a song title as well: The Road with Decorated Potholes. I guess the problem you're going to run into, no pun intended, the problem you're going to run into, potholes. The problem you're going to run into when writing a song about potholes is what rhymes with potholes. Drop a rhyme word with pothole in the chat. I guess knothole. Yeah, I got one. Knothole. Y'all can't use knothole. It's already been taken. Here's just some more inspiration. That one kind of looks like a drumstick, a chicken drumstick. What you think? Like a left-handed. I guess it would be a left-footed chicken drumstick. Maybe. Yeah, there's been many days I've made like different, uh, like played the game. What does that cloud look like, or what does that cloud look like? But today's the first day I can remember that I've played the game. What does that pothole look like? As long as you're facing the sun, your shadows will fall behind you. I love quotes. I like that one. As long as you're facing the sun, your shadows will fall behind you. It is a spider nest. Yeah, you might want to try the decaffeinated. So, do you drink coffee all day long, Dirk, or just in the morning time? I rarely drink coffee anymore. It's not that I don't like it. It just, for some reason, they don't like me. I don't know why. I've never done anything to it other than drink it. I guess that's the problem. Problem solved. They didn't mow the grass for that one. My chat has been messed up this whole time. I was wondering where everybody went. Now I see some chat. Interesting. Good morning to Aries World. Sorry I didn't see your chat. I just now see it. If you're still there. If not, good morning either way. Good morning to Yoda, Papa, Vintage, Americana. Good to see you. Happy Friday. Hope you are having a great day. Yoda. Yeah, 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 Yoda. Yeah, 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 Yoda. It's fun to talk to the YODA. YODA. Okay, I made that up. I own the copyright to that song that I just made up. Okay, so I don't. Feel free to use it. Welcome to the morning walk, Yoda. Sharing one of my favorite Bible verses this morning as I walk along. And I believe attitude is everything. And this verse reminds me of that. This is the day which the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Psalms 118:24. You know, God always does his part. He's already given us this gift called today, as he has so many other times. But how do we respond? What is our attitude to this day? The psalmist said he was going to rejoice and be glad in it. And I think that's a good attitude to have. Be thankful for the gift of today. No, I haven't been seeing the comments. It just froze. Whenever I picked back up talking, that's when I first started seeing more. I just thought there was nobody. I just thought there was nobody out there. I was just enjoying it to myself. I didn't realize it had froze up. Just want to let everybody out there know that you rock. Busy, 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 busy. Come on, busy, busy. Yeah, busy likes rocks. I know. I like rocks. Rocks are cool. Rocks rock. Rocks always amaze me. Different sizes, shapes, kinds. And just to think it started out with one grain of sand. Pretty amazing thought. But I hope everybody's Friday is great. How many did David have? Are you talking about Psalms or are you talking about rocks? I'm guessing you're talking about rocks. If you're talking about rocks, he had 5. That's right. He just used the one. That's all he needed. Yeah, it's not usually good to throw rocks, but on that occasion, it was all right. A lot of people are throwing rocks at each other in this world. Not physically, although that's probably true in some places where people throw rocks, but I'm talking about like words, uh, judgment. But we're supposed to love each other. I'll since we're talking about heart, talking about loving, talking about David, I'll share this. The part of the devotional this morning that really stood out to me was that second paragraph. It says, when you arrive in heaven, it won't really matter what kind of friends, what kind of clothes, what kind of car, or what kind of job you have. What will matter is what kind of heart you had. The heart. And here's what God said about David's heart. He said that man, like, such as you and I are woman, we've been known to look on outward appearance. Man looks on the outward appearance. But he said that God looks at the heart. And that's so much in this world is focused on the outward appearance. But 100 years from now, it won't matter how much money you had in the bank, or how many cars you had in your driveway, or how big your house was, how many friends you had. But what will matter is what kind of heart you had 100 years from now. Yeah, that's right. And David had failures. He had faults, just like the rest of us. There's many reasons that I believe the Bible is God's word. It's not man's word. Some people will say man wrote the Bible, but man didn't write the Bible. Man just wrote it down. God spoke it. And one of the reasons I believe that it is the inspired word of God, God breathed it, God said it. One of the reasons I believe it is because if man would have wrote the book, they would have left out the things that they done wrong. David wouldn't have told his story of what he done. his mess ups and his flaws, his warts, you know. Um, but God's word shows it all. Um, so that's why I value it. I didn't write it, and you didn't write it, and no man wrote it, but God spoke it, and He used people such as you and I to write it down for us, that we might read it, that we might know what the will of God is. What is it that God wants me to do while I'm here on this earth? My purpose in life. You know, if I don't get into His Word, I'll never know His purpose of why I'm here. And that's, you know, three very important questions we got to answer. Is where did I come from? You know, I hope you know your history of where you came from. God lets us know there at the very beginning, Genesis chapter 1. In the beginning, God created. He's the creator. Um, so, you know, where did I come from? And then, why am I here? You know, I was made with a purpose, just like that tree right there was made for a purpose. You know, thank God for that tree that's putting out the oxygen that I can breathe. But that tree has a lot of purposes, just as we all do. That sun has a purpose. You ever thought about if we were any closer to the sun, we'd burn up? If we were any further away from the sun, we'd freeze to death? But it was right there exactly where it is for a purpose. And it serves its purpose every day. But that's my prayer, that we can serve our purpose every day. We all have a purpose, but we have to get into God's Word to know what the reason that we're here. So where did I come from? Why am I here? And then the very, 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 very important question is, where am I going? Because just like I'm going somewhere this morning, you know, I'm walking and I have a, you know, destination. But we're all going somewhere. We're all going to spend eternity somewhere. Um, and it all will boil down to what did you do with Jesus? You know, that's what determines your eternity. What did you do with the gift of God's Son? Just like I'm talking about this morning, what did I do with the gift of today? God has given us so many different gifts, but the greatest gift He's ever given us is His Son. And that is what I'm most thankful for this morning, the gift of God's Son. That Son right there is a good Son, but there is an even greater Son, the S-O-N, Son, God the Son. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. The shadow knows. I don't know if y'all could hear the woodpecker, but there's a woodpecker in the neighborhood, and he's doing his job. He's on a mission, looking for food. Yeah, A1, if you're still there, it froze like right after you said something about Dirk's coffee. And I see where like there's been a lot of chat since then. I quit talking because I thought nobody was there. Don't stop. Don't stop praying. Don't stop believing. Don't stop a lot of things that are worthwhile. That's one of my messages is don't quit, don't give up. The only thing we should stop or give up on is things that hurt others, things that are wrong. Those are the things that are worth stopping. But the things that aren't worth stopping for, loving, praying, being kind, and the list is long. The shadow knows. Squirrel. Yeah, sure. Sorry about the shaky camera. Been walking for about 2.5 hours. The more I walk, the more I shake. Hello, Leilani Sarami. Welcome. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're having a great day. A bright day. A bright, sunshiny day. Yeah, it's a very, very beautiful Friday. It started out cold. It was probably in the low 30s to begin with, but the sun is up bright and warming us up. I can roll up my sleeves now. I like the cool weather though. But I hope everybody has a great Friday. I guess my two of my mainer points of this walk, well, to encourage, hopefully I've encouraged somebody along the way, but just want to remind everybody to give credit. They're playing, boss, they're playing. Um, give credit where credit is due, and to choose to have a good attitude, to respond in the proper way to what life has to offer. One of my favorite verses, Psalms 118:24. This is the day which the Lord has made. So God has done his part. He's gifted us with this day. What is our response to this day? Hopefully we can say we will rejoice and be glad in it. So attitude is everything. Yeah, I like green. Red's my favorite color, but green is high on my list. But there ain't no bad colors. They're all good. Yeah, the green is transitioning from green to kind of an orangish red, and then it'll change on to brown, we know. But I hear the birds talking to each other. I have no idea what they're saying. I don't know birdese, but they are communicating, and that's a good thing. Communication is good. There's a quote that I like. It says, if we could talk to each other as much as we talked about each other, the world would be a better place. And I agree with that. There's a lot of talking about each other going on in the world. It would be so much better if we could just talk to each other, get on the same page, quit throwing rocks, quit throwing stones, and why can't we all just get along, you know? We can, it's just a matter of attitude, a matter of choice. Yeah, I always enjoy seeing the birds. This morning when I first started my walk, I seen like 40 or 50 buzzards. Not the birds I was exactly looking for, but I am thankful for buzzards too. Shout out to buzzards. All the cleanup work that they do is needful. They make the world smell better by taking away what stinks. You know, I think we can do the same. I ain't talking about eat food off the road. I'm talking about we can make the world a better place. Make it stink a little less by doing kindness, doing good, smiling at somebody, helping somebody, loving somebody. If we could just all talk to each other and not talk about each other. But I'm thankful for all those that stopped by today, walked with me a little bit. Don't litter. I, I try to make that public service announcement every time I walk. Yeah, I've been walking for like over 2.5 hours. I'm getting tired myself. Whew. I yeah, I love to walk, get out into nature. It's when I feel like I'm closest to God. I believe you can be close to God anywhere you're at, but something about being out in the outdoors, away from all the sounds, whether it be television, radio, a lot of voices. Just get out and try to listen to God's voice. Um, but I'm fixing to wind it down. I'm gonna share the devotional that I had this morning one more time. It's real quick, real simple. I like it. Um, it just talks about obedience. And I've been traveling this morning, so it talks about traveling. October 18th, simple obedience. Psalms 139, verse 3. You see me when I travel and when I rest at home. You know everything I do. God created each of us for a specific purpose and calls each of us to do specific tasks. As you wait for God to reveal His specific will for you, you can begin by carrying out what He wills for every person to love others and obey His word. Then you can be sure that you won't miss God's will for you because you'll be living in it every day. When you arrive in heaven, it won't really matter what kind of friends, what kind of clothes, what kind of car, what kind of job you had. What will matter is what kind of heart you had. Were you faithful? Did you love others? And try to know God deeply. God is interested and involved in the details of your life, but His primary will for all people is simple obedience. So I'll leave you with this question, the question that I'll ask myself: what act of simple obedience can you do today? Um, so I'll close it out by saying, trust and obey. There's a song called Trust and Obey. For there's no other way to be happy in Jesus but to trust and obey. I hope everyone has a great Friday. I thank everybody for dropping by, for hanging out. Always good to talk to you wherever you are, whoever you are. And just want everybody to know that I love everybody. I hate nobody, all because of somebody that died for me. Y'all have a great day.